put yourself out there. If there's something you really love and really enjoy, just go for it. At the end of the day, it may lead you to your dream position.
Life's short.
Exactly, that's what I always say. Life's short, enjoy it, and do what you really love at the end of the day. Do something you love.
Welcome to the Life at Next podcast.
Thank you. I'm honoured to be here. I'm excited.
Honoured?
Honoured. I feel like it's now a thing that everyone is like, oh, you're on the podcast. And it's like, yeah, I'm actually doing it.
That is
excited.
Good to know.
Yeah.
That is good to know. It's good to know it's becoming a thing and making an impression. So
yeah, I feel like, and you guys have got that out there. So it's really exciting to have this and promote that side of Next and different sides of Next and for the individuals to see, which I think is really good.
yeah, I mean, that was always one of the aims, really, to kind of, unveil a little bit of Next that people don't usually see. And also, we're such a big employer in so many areas.
Definitely.
To say to people, like, you can come be part of this as well, because we're growing all the time, as you know. So, but thank you. I'll pass it on to the team as well. So introductions then, like, what's your role? What do you do? Like, what part of the business you're in?
So I'm a textile designer over on Home. So I work on the Bathroom Textiles team, and I design towels and bath mats specifically, but lots of different other items as well, like accessories like shower curtains and shower caps and all different things like that you consider in your bathroom. And I work alongside a team of the bathroom team as well. So there's more than just one designer on there, and there's Hargreaves designer. So yeah, I just work across it all. It's really exciting, and it's nice to like build different ranges and things like that, and yeah, build from that really.
And what goes into designing a bath mat, Charlotte? Like, what is it that's,
It's so niche. There's so many different things.
Because it does sound really niche, but then I can also imagine there's probably a lot of things to consider.
Yeah, probably not as much as you think. There's more to consider in a towel. I would say there's a lot more technicalities in designing a towel.
All right, talk me through that.
So I can talk you through both.
Yeah.
So it's a woven jacquard, a towel is what we predominantly do.
Okay.
And then so you have to consider like your colour limitations because of how weaves work. There tend to be like 2 different colours you can either go for, or you can add like a 3rd or a 4th in, but it's very limited in comparison to a bath mat, whereas more free and you can add more colours and have a lot more fun. And I think that's what people love, is something different on a bath mat and a bit silly as well.
Yeah. I would agree with that. How many towels are you designing then? Because I'm thinking if I walked into a Next bathroom section in the store, even just the store, never mind online, there's a lot of options.
There is, yeah. We're always building on it. So on bathroom, we work on like 2 big drops a year. So seasonal drops, you look at your spring, summer and your autumn, winter. So they're like your biggest ones that you build. There's loads of different options, to be honest. And it changes each season as well. So I'd say most seasons I'm designing about 40 to 50 towels individually. And then there's different sizes within that. It's not just a hand towel, there's a bath towel, bath sheet, there's everything. And then you also, bath mats, normally a bath towel has a bath mat coordinated with it, or we look at standalone bath mats as well. So there's so much you can like build in from it. And we also do beach towels. So it's not just those areas. And beach towels are really fun as well, because there's something so different and you can add a bit of colour, a bit of novelty in there, which I think is really exciting. So there's throughout the year is probably, I don't know, I can't do my maths that well. So about 300, hundreds of different options. Definitely. There's loads to go from, which is really exciting.
I always used to get, I don't know why, and I still get a little bit crossed over between sheet and towel. What is the difference?
It's the sizing.
It's the size. What's bigger?
So a sheet is the biggest.
Sheet is biggest.
Yeah.
Yes. Right,
so you've got your hand towel, your bath towel, which is more like your standard size.
Yeah.
And then a sheet is massive. And I feel like my team might tell me off because there's probably more sizes, but I'll be like, I think there's this. So I won't say any more in case I get it wrong.
No, that's fine.
But there's lots in there, yeah.
And how did you get into this? Because I guess you didn't start like the career that you're on now thinking, well, you might have done. Did you start your career thinking, I'm going to design bath
not at
items.
all.
No.
I've been at Next Home 6 years.
Okay.
So I've worked across loads of different departments on home. So when I first joined, I was a graduate. So I was on the print and pattern team, which is a fantastic area for you to build up your skill base and work across multiple product areas. So you kind of work with individual teams and build prints for them. So they'll set you a brief, or we look at loads of different trends in a season that we pull mood boards together and different directions from. And then as a print member, you kind of go away, work on these individual prints, and then work with the team to make it work for different product areas, which is really fun. So I did that for about, I think a couple of years in the end as a graduate.
A lot of variety in that.
Yeah, oh my gosh, so much. So you'd be working on like hard goods briefs, so like for kitchenware. So it could just be like, I don't know, for a mug or a plate, and then also the towel, like tea towels on kitchen, but also you could be doing a huge bedding artwork as well, working on the print team. So there's so much variety to go from. We've got a fantastic print team over on home as well, who really work with us every day to help build our ideas. So it's a great place when you start in an industry to start on the print team, because you can learn so much from that, which then you can transfer those skills into different areas. So from there, I was so fortunate to receive an assistant position and be promoted to the curtains team. So I've also worked on curtains and upholstery and accent chairs. So building, or I think the greatest thing about those sort of areas is it's not just pattern. You are looking at new fabrics and new qualities within that. If it's a woven structure on a fabric, or if it's a new plain colour, a new velvet. And also you can look at print on there as well, which is really exciting, especially like on a curtain. And it's more about the statement size and the placement of the print as well, and to consider that. So I've done loads of different areas in just 6 years. I think it's great, and I think that's quite inspiring as well, when it's not just like I never knew I would be on the bathroom team. I was very fortunate to receive that position after I'd done curtains. And if you told the girl when I first started as a graduate, you would be designing towels and bath mats one day, I'd be like, no way, that's so exciting, and it's so cool to be to do something like that. So yeah, I've done loads of different things.
Yeah, that's great. And then is that normal? Like within
I'd say so. Some people love an area and they want to stay on it for quite a while, and they become the expert on that area, which we all individually do. When you've done an area more than a year, you soon become the expert because you live and breathe it. And I think as well, definitely I can't think now what to say, but sorry, I feel like I've lost my way of thought on there.
But no, it is a normal thing, isn't it, for people? That was the question.
That's exactly it.
That was people to move around and to kind of basically upskill.
Yeah, definitely. I think as well, it's a fresh pair of eyes on an area. When you've done an area for a couple of years, sometimes you're ready to look at something new, try something new as well. Or you can obviously, if you love that area so much and always excited to research new things, then definitely if it's your area, stay on it. But I've also really been fortunate, when this airs, I will be moving teams to hard goods as well. So not just doing textiles, going on to hard goods and trying different things there, and working on the gifting and stationery team, which I think is really exciting. So starting as a textile designer and now moving over to be a hard goods designer, which is very new. So it'd be,
is that quite different though?
Yeah, very different. So, but it does have its connections. So the good thing is with textiles, we do so much print repeat pattern designs, which you can apply. So gifting is like cards, gift wrap, giftware, so like mugs, hot water bottles, all different things like that. I'm saying this, I'm so new to the area, so I've probably also missed some things off there. But it's transferring like repeat pattern and like character design, which is really good for us and really big for us. So having that experience on textiles, you can apply that again to hard goods side as well. So there's so much in there. I think that's the great thing as a designer. You can move around, you can learn new things all the time and transfer your skills and work with the other members of your team and the other members in the design department to build really exciting new products and ranges.
Yeah, because like what you said there right at the start of how you freshen it up, like you're bringing that new perspective to the team.
Definitely, yeah.
So they're going to learn from you, you're going to learn from them.
Yes, 100%.
And then the product's just going to keep evolving naturally.
Agreed.
And then someone else is going to another area and sort of doing the same.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think that's what makes it so exciting at Next. We're all about the newness. We love all new products. We love going out, seeing different inspirations, seeing new things to bring that back and keep the the product evolving and something new all the time, which I think is really exciting on home. And every day is a different day when there's something you're designing there. So definitely keep moving things on as well.
Yeah, definitely. And why in particular, like Next? What's drawn and kept you here in particular, do you think?
I think it's such a lovely community.
Okay, nice.
I don't know if it's because it's like a household name as well. I've known Next since I was a little girl, like getting the Next directory and everything. I remember flicking through that and just being like, oh, that's lovely. And to be working there now is just fantastic. It is a really good place to work. They look after you. It's a really good employer as well. And the people you work with as well are lovely individuals. And I think it's a great place to work because, it's a great network.
And what creates that community vibe, do you reckon?
Oh, I think it's just really like-minded individuals who bring something different as well, who are there to seek the best in each other, not just there as an individual. You're there to learn from other people as well and to build on that. And I think it's a great network. Our home department is a really lovely team to be part of. It's a really nice area to work, and especially on design when you live and breathe it and you get to... Well, you've got your own close team as well. I work with a really close buyer merchandiser technologist. We're all part of it. So you do work closely with everyone, which I think is really, really good.
Yeah, I think that's really a good point you've made there around like as well, like you learn. I don't think there's not many people at Next that kind of don't come here and don't want to learn, or even if they've been here for like, like you've said you've been here for 6 years and you're still like, I still want to learn.
Definitely. That's the way forward. Yeah. Like, I think learning from people who have been here a long time. I've been very fortunate to work with people who have worked here 15 years. So they're going to know so much expert knowledge, but also the new people coming in as well. They're bringing something different as well. So I think it's all the different levels of us within us, and you can work with each other so well and take ideas from other people. What are people doing? We learn from that and to really build on it. Yeah,
no, I agree with that. My team's just gone through a little bit of growth myself, and I'm now at a really fortunate point where I've got like probably half of them that have done maybe 2-3 years plus, and then quite a lot of people that are a couple of weeks or months in. But that blend's nice because they're going to learn around the brand and also what they've done, but for the new people, but the people that have been here a while will get that fresh perspective, or kind of like, oh, okay, this is a new way of looking at it.
Definitely. I think and it opens the eyes for each individual as well, which I think is really exciting. And that sounds really fun that your team are bringing all these different ideas across as well.
100%.
Which is really good.
And you've got to, I think you've got to listen to that as well.
Yeah.
I think you've got to be open to listening to that and be open to receiving people's ideas and thoughts.
Definitely. And admire each other's work and their knowledge as well. I think that's a huge credit that we have. And we are all on home, especially, and I know across the whole of Next, I'm sure the exact same. You do feed off each other. You feed off, like we said earlier, feed off each other's energy. Yeah. And you get there and come up with the best new idea, best selling character or something.
That is good. There's a few people I have in the department where I've built up a really good working relationship. Yeah. And you start with an idea, and then you'll be like, and you kind of just both like getting a little bit giddy with each other about this idea.
I'm the same. People always say to me, I get very enthusiastic about an idea sometimes, and they're like, I love your enthusiasm and things like that. And I think that's really good because I can be a bit, I don't know, you speak your mind will go a bit crazy sometimes, but when you get good energy, feed off it, and having that enthusiasm, I think it's a great thing.
Have you always been like that?
I think it's this past couple of years. I think, so on Bathroom, I've been very fortunate. I'm the sole textile designer on there. So having your own area, I think that's given me a huge confidence build. Oh, and wicked. I think it kind of, I'm very bad at this, but believing in yourself, which I know everyone should do more of. I think that's the one thing in life. And I think having that from this past couple of years of being on a team like that, working, well, not on your own, but as the sole designer for textiles, gives me that confidence. And I think I just get so excited about things. And I'm like, I love that. Let's do that. That's brilliant. Oh my gosh, definitely. We must try that. And definitely. I'm probably getting more energetic as time goes on as well.
That's good though. That's good, that confidence and belief.
Yeah.
Grown.
Oh my gosh, definitely. I think it's having the freedom as well. Like you present in meetings. Sorry, get my words on it. And having that time to present in front of senior management as well, but also your close team. You're not like just in range builds, you're with your team, you're having to fight for your product in a design that you believe in, and building that confidence through that. When I first joined Bathroom, I was quite nervous, I think, because it was a new challenge doing something on your own. So I was very like, oh gosh, like how am I going to fight for my ideas being on my own? But actually over time, when you really believe in something, you will get there and people will be like, yeah, definitely. And building that trust with your team as well. I think that's a huge thing, building relationships. And I think that's something at Next we're great advocates for, is building that relationship, building that network, building your trust within your team. And that really plays a huge role in the success, I think, on an area.
No, I'd agree with you 100% on the relationship. I went through a bit of a, probably 4 or 5 years ago of kind of going, well, I've got this idea, like why are people not as excited as me, or how can I bring people on the journey?
That's such a good way of looking at it. Taking people on the journey, I think, is a really good way of doing it, because when I present, we do visions, which is like a big,
what's that?
So it's like a big strategy
idea
for design. So every area has their own vision each season. And so I work with my colleague who's the hard goods designer, and we kind of build a whole look for Bathroom together. So it's looking at the new textiles, the new bathroom inspiration and directions, new colours, new finishes, qualities. So we go out and find loads of different inspiration and build that from it. But again, when you present in these vision meetings, you have so many samples in the room with you that, again, I get so excited about. And I'm like, look at this, we can do something like this, which I think is great. And again, that has taken your team and the managers on the journey. So when they are sold on an idea and a look, you can then go away, design into it, and then can continue to make that product and sell it at the end of the day. So that's how I see the journey, is bringing your team on that journey as well.
Yeah, I agree. We have a similar thing, and we call it direction.
Right, yeah.
So we've just started doing this just as my team, but then it goes into something that's like a more formal like planner, so other people can see where we're going. But it's a place for the whole team to bring their initial ideas, like you say, with your vision, and for people to buy into that. So then when we actually come to developing the idea, whether it be a video or a communications campaign or a social media campaign, everyone's already bought into the concept.
Yes, definitely.
So then you're not having that debate of, is this the right thing to do? It's more about, are we executing the concept in the best way possible?
You've summed it up very well. That is exactly. And you always look back at that as well and be like, if we're unsure, like later on in the season, what should we do here? Okay, let's look back at vision. What are we missing? What did we put forward that actually we didn't go after in the end? And then bringing that in as well, which I think's,
it's really key, because like you say, and I can imagine it's the same, well, I know it's the same in product areas. There's so much going on and to do, because we are such a fast-paced business. Exactly. It's retail. Yeah. That every now you need that point of reference to be like, hang on, that's where we said we were going. It will never just be, we're just going to do that either. It will weave, it will offshoot, it will go different ways. Yeah. But if the core kind of...
the core. You've come back to it as well.
Yeah, if you've gone back to it, and you'll keep doing that and talking about that or showing that in the product, then you're not going to go too far from your initial...
No, and we at Next work a lot to trade reactions. So if we've launched a collection and it's done really well, we'll build from that, because we've learned what customer loves as well. So you have all your visions, you go after it, but then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, there's something else is coming. It's like, let's do that. But you still have your vision to go after. It's not like it all changes. Or also we'll go on inspiration trips. So like our design manager also...
by the way.
I know. Well, we get to go to Europe, but there's been an Australia trip. People have been to New York. I know, I've not done one yet. So maybe in the near future. But going on trips as well, that can spark new ideas. And because we go on those throughout the year, so it's not always near vision. So then new ideas will come from that, which we can bring in and design into as well, which I think is brilliant. Going out and seeing more is a great way of getting inspiration.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. And is there only one like particular moment or idea or anything that you can remember over the years you've done? Because I've got certain things where I'm like, I still remember the feeling and the success that I had and how good it felt. Yeah. Is there anything you can remember, anything that springs to mind?
I think there's obviously just being on Bathroom and having your own area. There's some designs and things are going really well at the minute and sales are great. So I think as well, There is one product, there's a cheetah towel.
Right.
Which
Okay.
we've had a towel in our line that's been a bestseller for a long time, and it still performs so well. It's done really well for us. But to be so new on the team and bring a new towel in that's done just as successful as the last one, I think that's really exciting. So yeah, have a look at the cheetah towel.
Check the cheetah
towel is everyone kind of is like, oh yeah, cheetah towel's done so well. Now we're talking lots about cheetah towels, but we do a bath mat as well in that. But that's
Nice.
I'd say that's one I'm most proud of, when something has done so well that it becomes a bestseller. I think that's really exciting, and building from that as well. And when it's your own area, it's like, oh, wow. And I've worked with fantastic teams, so we have built it together.
Yeah,
so I can't take all credit, and that's what I'm a huge advocate for, is working well with a fantastic team who all put something in individually to get to that end result.
100%.
But I think that's my proudest achievement with sales and design. But I have, there's other things like, I don't know about you, I don't know, like seeing your own product in store as well. That's really exciting.
Yeah, that
online.
must be a buzz.
Yeah.
That must be a real buzz.
Over time you become more humble of the idea because you're like, oh yeah, I did do that. But sometimes I still walk into next door and see like a bathroom design, and I'm like, oh wow, that's really cool. Or like my family would be like, oh, I've just popped to Next, we're going to go look at your stuff upstairs in the bathroom section. So I think that's really fun. That's so niche to have your own product out in store and online, and I think that's what's great as well.
That's one thing I really like about the product teams, and everyone I speak to, whether it's on here or around campus or at work, is they all get that. That's part of the job satisfaction of seeing that product being seen by millions of people, bought millions of times over. All of this is such a. It's probably quite a. It's probably like, in a way, a really good incentive of the role.
100%.
Without, like, that you maybe wouldn't even consider. And
I think that's actually a really good point. I hadn't thought of it like that. I think, seeing your end product being online and in store, but also knowing that's being enjoyed in people's homes is so rewarding. Yeah. I'd love to see where people are putting our designs of towels. I may question some, like, because we build collections together, so we'd put something that we believe goes well with it. But people see it in a different light when they buy it in store, and they might use it completely differently to how we styled it. So definitely, I think it is very rewarding to see your designs come to life and be enjoyed by the nation as well.
100%. Internationally now.
Exactly. So even better.
It must be funny because you could even walk in and like, oh, can I just nip and use your bathroom? And in there's one of your towels.
Yeah. To be honest, my friends, they have bought my stuff over the years, which is really very generous of them. Yeah. But you walk in and you're like, oh my God, that's mine. And they're like, we're so proud. I'm like, that's really kind. But that's when you become a bit like, oh gosh, like, it's crazy to think that people have got your designs in their homes. I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it's great as well. And I think now, because of the vast array of products that Next Home do as well, there's, like, you're just talking about bathroom, and obviously you're saying you're going over to that new role in hard goods and doing gifting and everything. But there's so many different product areas, so much Next Home does now. Yeah. Well, we know there's people out there, and thank you very much, that love Next Home so much that it's next head to toe.
Yeah,
like, you can get everything if you wanted to.
We've got fantastic teams, and what the ideas they're bringing to life are amazing. From bedding, rugs, cushions, vases, kitchenware, and I'm sorry who I've forgotten, but I would list everyone because everyone's fantastic. I think it's so good. You can deck out your whole home with Next, and it's great.
Oh, no, sorry, Karen.
No.
I was going to say, did you always want to come into an environment that had a big team like that? Was that...
I've worked across... So before working at Next, I've done different businesses. I've also worked at different retailers, just on my placement year, so as a student. And then I also worked for like really small independent businesses. So I've had that real mix of working in a tiny team that's just 5 people, but also working here, which is a huge amount of people. I think it's great. I think you can, like I said earlier, you can learn so much from people in a big team. And I quite like working in a big team now. I couldn't think of anything different, to be honest, get so used to it, which is great.
I agree with that. I often think, like, because I've been here 15 years. So I've been
oh my gosh, you've been here a long time too.
Been here a
Congratulations.
Long time. I've been here a long time. And I often think, like, I'm like, well, why, I'm not thinking, oh, I'm going to go. Absolutely not. That's not even the thing. But, it's just curiosity to think, oh, would I have enjoyed like in a smaller environment? But then I'm like, there's so many different people to feed off.
And I think as well, when you're on your own product team, that feels like a small team in itself, even though the whole of home is huge.
Yes.
But working just on like bathroom or other areas, there's only normally about, 10 of you probably off the top of my head. So that feels like a small team in itself. So you still feel,
get that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But like you say, you can also feel like a bigger family, which is really good.
Yeah, because you go from design to your team.
Yeah.
To home, to product, to next head office, to next group, to next internet, it just grows and goes and goes.
Yeah.
But at the core, everyone just focuses on what they're doing. And that's why we're successful as well, because everyone just, like you say, I know a lot of people in home, they just love what they do.
Yeah.
And they're focusing on that. And that's what makes homes so successful.
Yeah, agree. Yeah. So much passion, so much love, so much interest in everything. I think, definitely there's so much to go from as well.
Yeah, 100%. And if there was like a bit of advice, if there's someone listening and they're like, is there any design jobs?
Definitely.
Yeah, what advice would you give them?
I'd say believe in yourself is the main thing. And I said I need to do that more as well. Put yourself out there. If there's something you really love and really enjoy, just go for it. At the end of the day, it may lead you to your dream position, and you never know where it will take you. And there's so much at Next as well to learn from. So I joined as a graduate and have built from that, which I think is amazing. And I think if you've got the opportunity to do that, bring your knowledge, bring your skills, apply it and go for it. Just go for it.
Yeah, I love
Enjoy
that.
it. Take a risk.
I love that. Why not?
Yeah, definitely.
Life's short.
Exactly. That's what I always say. Life's short. Enjoy it and do what you really love at the end of the day. Do something you love that turns into a career.
Well, that is a very good place to end on. I mean, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you.
No, it's been really interesting to hear and chat about everything you're doing.
Yeah.
So, and good luck with that new role as well.
Thank you very much, Matt. It's been a joy to chat to you, and I can't believe how quick it's finished. So thank you very much.